What up, folks? I'm actually don't got much time right now. I got to run. I just got off work, and I got to head out and meet with a customer to get a down payment. But I've had a lot of you guys talk about going live, so I figured, you know what? Never gone live before. Let me go live for a few minutes. How you guys doing, man? What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Yeah, what time is it where you guys are at? It's 12:45 right now. I got off work super early today on a Friday. About to meet with a customer, and then come home, take a shower, and head to a classic car show. So to any of you that follow me on Instagram, you will see me posting from the car show later. Hey, just want to say I love your content. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate all you guys, actually. It's funny that I never thought this channel would get as big as it is, and I really value the connection, so I'm trying to do my best to stay connected with everybody as the channel grows. It's getting harder, though. So let's see. Hey, Dev, what are your thoughts on the carnivore diet and to stay lean? What diet do you... Yeah, so carnivore is a great tool. I think that carbohydrates are earned, personally. I eat a lot of junk food, but I think that carbs in general are obviously not essential. We don't need carbohydrates. Carnivore is great. Depending on the person, I know some friends personally who've had like really bad eczema, that have had a lot of issues. And according to them, carnivore has literally gotten rid of that. I can't prove that. I'm not a doctor, of course, but you know, I am a fan of meat. I'm a fan of cholesterol. I'm a fan of fats. I eat a lot of butter. A lot of times I'll just take some good grass-fed ground beef and take like a quarter pound of that, throw one good egg in there and whip it up and make like an egg burger like that with some butter, some ketchup. I can eat that every single day, man. So yeah, carnivore is a good thing. I think that it can help a lot for a lot of people, depending on the person, but yeah, it's a tool, I would say. My vision's not very good, so I'm having a hard time reading these comments. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see what else we got up here. What's up, Norway? Damn. Arizona, what's up, Arizona? What fitness routine, Deb? As far as my fitness routine, I would say any routine that you can do consistently. I'm a big fan of, like, I used to do the bro splits. I've had a lot of friends that are bodybuilders. Up here in Seattle, a lot of people might not know, like, there's a lot of pretty high-level bodybuilders in Western Washington. This place has, I mean, I've got a handful of friends that are like pro bodybuilders. I have pro cards. Another good friend from my gym, Sebastian. I think he'll get a pro card very soon. Bongo, another good friend of mine. He'll probably have a pro card very soon. I mean, this place is a very fitness, fitness enthusiast place. But I would say push-pull legs is good. I would recommend doing 2 different leg days a week, one being like glute and hamstring focused and one being quad and calf focused. I say that because in my experience, if you're somebody that's going really hard on legs and you start out with like squats, if you go all out, go as hard as you should be going, you're not going to have much energy left to do like a heavy leg press for your quads and vice versa. So I would separate the two, but I mean, you do what you got to do. And as far as the push-pull legs goes, I would personally do it in a way that's like push day would be chest, triceps, and side delts. I don't think anybody really needs front delt work. I've never met anyone who has lacking front delts because they're used in every pushing movement. And then pull, I would say just back, some good up and down movements, some good movements for thickness with biceps, and then rear delts. Do not neglect rear delts. And then obviously legs, like I said. So that's what I would do. But you can try out many different splits. Anything that you can stick to would be a great workout split. What else we got here? Salute, what's up? Hey, brother, hey, I appreciate you guys, man. I'm doing good. How about you? Big, that means the problem is more common. Yeah, that's true. You got a good point. What's my cholesterol? So I haven't had my blood work in a while. Last time I had my blood work done, my testosterone and stuff was actually way lower than I thought, because I'm always relatively ambitious and motivated, and I feel good in the gym, and I still make progress in the gym, being natural. My testosterone was like 3-something, like 400. My doctor was like, no, you're fine, that's good. And again, maybe it is, I don't know. I don't think it's optimal, though. I would like it to be higher. I'm trying to do everything I can to maximize it. My sleep is not very good, so that's a huge issue. I don't sleep very much. But yeah, my cholesterol, I don't remember what it is now, but last time I had my blood work done, it was a little high, but it didn't concern me at all, because cholesterol is not the enemy, in my opinion. Blah, blah, blah. What else we got here? A younger coworker, I've been meant to go into the gym and learn how to fight, complaining that diet is too expensive. Yeah, well, I mean, food's expensive in general today. Yeah, that's a that's a big issue. If you can't afford like good expensive grass fed and stuff, just get whatever beef you can afford. But I think beef is always a good choice. Yes, butter is good for you. Vietnamese food makes me feel healthy. I don't eat any Vietnamese food. I've never eaten a salad in my life. I eat no vegetables. I hate vegetables. If I go out to eat, my burgers are plain meat, cheese, and bun. No veggies, nothing. I've never eaten a salad in my life. Never, you guys. Only meat, fruit, and whatever junk carbs I probably shouldn't be eating. What's up, Netherlands? Good to have you here. Hey, Dev, much love from Cali. What's up, Cali? I'd like to visit Cali someday. I've actually never traveled anywhere in my life. Seattle is a shithole, and I have a few friends down in SoCal and Northern California, and they tell me California is twice the shithole Seattle is, so I'm sorry to hear that. I still think it's a beautiful place, though. It's worth saving. From British Columbia. What's up, British Columbia? Do you work for Amazon? No, I don't work for Amazon. I order a lot from Amazon, though. I'm a roofing contractor. Greetings from oh, you're in Linwood. What's up, man? That's awesome. I'm up here in White Center right now, Rat City. I was working up in Linwood not too long ago, right off of Aurora, right off of Horville. I don't drink. I'm not a big fan of alcohol. Yeah, I don't think alcohol or weed are good for anybody. A lot of my friends drink and smoke weed, but I'm not a fan of either one. I don't think they're a net good to anybody for any reason. But you do you responsibly. I'll love you anyways, man. Avocado oil. Yeah, I would look up extra virgin olive oil would be what I would recommend. But anything that's anti-inflammatory. Stay away from the seed oils, in my opinion. What's up? What's up, Florida? What's up, handsome? Hey, you know my real name. I am handsome. Thank you for noticing. Blah, blah, blah. Still looking. Yeah. I think vegetables have a lot of defense chemicals. And again, it depends on the person. I've tried drinking like the green powders and stuff. They make me sick. I don't know what it is. Vegetables just don't agree with me at all. Recently switched from working out in the field for over 15 years to labor to an office job. The amount of Sims. Yeah, that's what I've heard, man. Most office jobs that I know of, and everybody that does them, they tell me that they are just heavily indoctrinated by like the far left stuff. I can't think of one tech industry or corporation that has office jobs that's not far left. I mean, they all just kowtow to that ideology, and it's just not a good place for men, especially if you're not a far left guy. The Asian restaurants. I don't eat at those places, man, for the most part. Blah, blah, blah. What country? Shit, hold on, thinking of moving. Malaysia. Yeah, I don't know anything about Malaysia. I have one friend that's visited Malaysia, and he spoke pretty highly of it, but I don't know much about it. Yeah, New York City is one of those places where I'll look at like these vintage videos, these nostalgic videos of like old New York in the 60s and 70s and 80s and even 90s. God, it was so beautiful. It literally makes me want to cry when I see what beautiful places like New York have become today. It literally makes me want to cry. It's disgusting. When you can't have all of coconut. Yeah. And I'm not a fan of seed oils, but yeah, the coconut oil is very good. Yeah, the mushrooms and microdoses. I've never tried that. I used to know a guy that was a super crazy schizophrenic named Kimmy, and someone told me he took shrooms or acid or something and never came back. So that was enough to scare me away from trying any of that stuff. Hey, Christian, if so, why not just get your passport? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of the passport bro stuff. I get it. I think it's better than what we have for the most part in America, but American garbage culture leads the way in everything. And most of these countries now that you guys are talking about, they all have internet access. They are all indoctrinated by hip-hop culture and garbage filth like that too. Even a lot of my friends from the couple of my friends, not a lot, I have a few friends from the Philippines, and they told me that they're back home and it is ghetto as hell in the Philippines now. The women are indoctrinated by ghetto culture. They love ghetto culture, trashy American shit. So I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze on being like a passport bro to most countries. I'm not very knowledgeable about all the different countries and the cultures there, so I could be wrong. It's just not enough to entice me to want to leave. Meat is a must. Meat is a must. I'm with you on that one. I can take ingest most greens. Yeah, me neither. The greens give me headaches and all kinds of stuff. Never vape. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the vape. I think vapes are worse than cigarettes. Vaping is, I would say vaping is worse than cigarettes or cigars because we don't even know what that shit is. We have no idea what those chemicals are that are coming from China, from a place that would love to destroy us. So yeah, I'm not a fan of putting moisture and chemicals in my lungs. That would, my opinion, I would smoke a cigarette before I vape. That's just my opinion. Yeah, they are all fall left. Live out in the country in Cali, pure desert. It sucks. I'm planning on moving to a different state with more natural resources and get. Yeah, the desert's a different ballgame. That would freak me out a little bit. Like my sister lives way over in eastern Washington, a little place, way up in like the Idaho Canada border. Her and her husband and their kids, beautiful up there, but it's too quiet. I have visited, and it literally gives me panic attacks. I'm like, well, what if this and what if that, and what if I have a medical emergency? Like it's gonna take them an hour to bring a helicopter in here and get me. Like no thanks. That freaks me out. I'm a bitch in that regard. I need to man up and be more of an old school man out in the wilderness, I guess, but that one freaks me out. My anxiety brain is always running of like what ifs and what ifs. So being out in the middle of nowhere where I'm not with everything bugs me. It bugs me to say the least. I don't know how you guys do it. Tougher than me. Lots of construction companies are full of simps as well. Yeah, I'm seeing that a lot lately too, man. Sadly, up here in Seattle, I'm seeing a lot of that on construction job sites as I drive by. And I'll see it a lot because the construction job sites now take forever. And road construction, when I was a kid, I felt like road construction, they would do an entire street in like a day or two. The road construction now around me, man, these guys take forever. Like there's a part of Interstate 5 down by Tacoma, Washington, a little south of me. These motherfuckers were working for like 3 or 4 years down there. Hell, I don't think it's even done now. So I can tell they're hiring a bunch of lefty simps because nothing gets done. They can't even lift the shovel. Blah, blah, blah. Consider dating outside of your race. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I have dated outside my race a lot. My longest relationships were all non-white. I'll be honest, man. I'm not self-hating at all enough. I'm not a fan of the anti-white nonsense in the left, but I've had the least amount of luck with white women by far. By far. My longest relationships were black and white mixed girl, Hispanic girl, and then another black and white mixed girl. My most recent ex was a girl that happened to be black and white mixed, and she was not woke at all. She was super down to earth, more right leaning like I am politically, good sense of humor. She was very pretty, and I completely screwed that up. Yeah, I screwed that one up to say the least. But yeah, I don't give a shit about race. I care more about character and what your values or lack thereof. Blue collar gang. Yeah, what's up, blue collar gang? We definitely got to stick together on that, man. Well, you go, there you are. That's a very good quote, actually. And there's a lot to that. There's definitely some truth to that. Salvia changed my life. How hard? Yeah, I've heard a lot about the salvia thing. I don't know much about that, but I've heard a lot. I have heard a lot. Why not convert over to Islam? I'm not a fan of radical Islam. I have a lot of Muslim friends from the gym and stuff, but I am a Christian. I've gone through some stuff in my life, some really bad things where maybe I'll talk about later, but I was completely terrified and down. Prayer was my last option, and I prayed to Jesus, and I got a miracle, and I will never turn my back on Jesus because of that. I'm not going to be one of those people that prays only during hard times and then has, Christ come through for me, and then I turn my back when times are good. No. I've been told many times, countless, I'm not a good Christian, but I am a believer. Christ is king to me. Nothing will change that. But you do you. I still love you. Abusing mushrooms and acid, yeah, it's very dangerous. I've seen it firsthand with people. In Eastern Europe, we have 20 years behind on U.S. Internet will change. Yeah, well, America is not what it used to be. I'll tell you that right now. I tried mushrooms once and I had a very bad trip. I don't recommend anyone to do that. I think a lot of that is internal. Me being someone with a lot of anxiety and been through a lot of trauma, I'm willing to bet if I took a trip like that, it would be bad. There's a lot of shit that my mind would try to sort out, and it would be very hard. Do dudes really like travel? I hate it. Ain't getting on a plane. Yeah, I've never been on a plane in my life, you guys. Never. I've never traveled anywhere. I'm really claustrophobic. I really don't like elevators. I don't even like taking an elevator up many floors and then getting off. I still feel trapped when I'm up off the elevator. So my claustrophobia is horrible. I've gotten panic attacks in traffic before. Like, this is something I really struggle with. Like, I'm not a fan of being trapped. I value my freedom very much. And I feel like if I did get on a plane, I'd probably get a panic attack when they lock the door. I would just feel super trapped. So never been on a plane in my life. Yeah, I know I'm missing out. You don't got to remind me. I worked office jobs when I was 18. Made my life, even though I hate it, makes my... Office jobs, man, if it's for you, it's for you. It's just not for me. I never thought it would be. I've always been a lunatic that hated school. I wanted to be outside playing. I'm just not somebody that likes to sit still for very long. Drugs are lame. Yeah, drugs are definitely lame. I agree with that. Say no to drugs. Chiming as well. Don't like being in a car for more than a couple. Yeah, so you're similar to me. You don't like sitting still that much. I get it, man. I'm with you. My doctor said vaping is way worse. Yeah, you got a smart doctor. I agree with that. Get quality is on my Muslim. Yeah, I have nothing against Islam. I have a lot of friends that are Muslims, and I respect them because they are the only ones, in my opinion, right now that aren't really turning their back on their faith. So I do respect that. Most Christians around me are pathetic. They're not real Christians. They're all flying the woke flags in all of their churches and stuff. And I won't go to a church like that. That's not. There's nothing in the Bible that agrees with that. That's not meant to be mean or hate anybody. I've got gay friends, I do. Multiple. One of my best friends that I grew up with is transitioning to be a woman. Still love him, but I'm not going to turn my back on what the Bible says is right or wrong, or what every religion says is right or wrong. And Christians happen to be, again, kowtowing to the pop culture and embracing that, and I'm just not a Christian that does that. I'm not a fan of that. Again, you do you, but you don't get to rewrite the Bible because of it. Good for you quitting smoking. That's always a good thing. Much love, Dev. Nice to see a real one speaking the truth. Hey, I appreciate you all being here, man. This is still very new to me, having a channel this big, as big as it is. Trying to keep up with everybody, but it's hard. When you agree that if you plan to marry, you need to learn how to fight. Yeah, we live in an ugly world, and I've met men that try to like punk guys in front of their girlfriend or their wife. As far as like actually learning to physically fight, that's good for everybody. But as a man, I would do my damnedest to never disrespect somebody in front of their girl or their kids. I would never try to one-up somebody. In fact, I used to have a good friend named Dustin that used to go to the 24-hour fitness before it shut down near me. And Dustin was a really cool dude. He was jacked. He was like a literally pro bodybuilder level, and he would always keep his hoodie and stuff on. Sometimes he would be in like his stringer tank top, and Dustin would always tell me, like, if I see people in here with their girls or their wives, like, I don't want to try to showboat and take my shirt off and one up the guy. That's hard to do in a gym setting, but I really respected him for that. That was pretty admirable. That's pretty cool to think like that. Blah, blah, blah. Music, there is such thing as quality under... Yeah, I don't know what... Go to the next. Thanks. Yes. Hey, I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. Hi, Deb. I've been successful at lowering my cholesterol. How's your liver? Again, I'm not a fan. I think cholesterol is not the enemy, depending on your circumstances, of course. My liver function and stuff, it's been like 2 years since I've had any blood work done, so I don't remember. I remember there was nothing alarming last time I had my blood work done as far as liver function goes, but you guys have to pay attention to that stuff on your own. No, I don't drink. Do not drink alcohol. I've only drank alcohol a handful of times in my life. Not a fan of alcohol. I grew up around a lot of chaotic stuff in my childhood, around my household. Alcohol was a big center of that and left a lot of bad memories. Blah, blah, blah. Do you ever regret your tattoos? Sometimes. I like tattoos if they're meaningful. This one is a Grim Reaper that I got when I was 17 years old from my buddy Jerry. Jerry's uncle was locked up for some crazy stuff, and he sent Jerry a letter, and on the envelope, he drew this Grim Reaper, and I just thought it was cool because I was a 17-year-old jackass. So I had Jerry with his like mechanical pencil, handmade tattoo gun do that one. This one is nothing in life is for sure, death is certain. That's not supposed to be grim. That's just a reminder every day that we are not here forever. Death is certain, so I got to make the best of this. That's just a skull that same guy Jerry did. That is driven by demons, which sounds horrible to you guys, but to me, driven by demons means the bad things I've gone through motivate me. But some people don't like that one. It is what it is. And that one's just a lion because I am a Leo and I like lions and tigers and I like wolves. So yeah, lions are important to me. I love them. But sometimes I do regret having them, but I also want more. They're just so expensive. It's hard to make it a priority to waste money on tattoos. Last time you got laid. Been about 3 weeks. I'd say close to 3 weeks ago. I've actually had the last 2 weeks. I've had 3 times pretty good looking women off of like the dating apps. I know they're bad, but off the dating apps, and then one girl on Instagram wanted to hang out. But I find myself now like I'm not that motivated to spend time dating that much anymore right now. And I've just, not to sound like a big shot, but as you get a little older, if you've had a lot of luck with women and stuff, like you've seen it all, right? You've seen it all. You don't need women like you used to. I worry more now about meeting somebody that's worth my time. I don't want to just hook up with random people and risk getting someone pregnant or have them get mad at me and make some crazy allegations. So I'm really a lot pickier now on who I lay with. Strong, successful male that told his story. He got himself in lots of fights because of his wife. She was a good woman. I mean, I know a lot of stories about crazy shit like that, but I mean, I can go on for forever about that stuff. Girlfriend. Hey guys, I gotta run actually. I'm getting a lot of phone calls. I gotta roll soon. I actually just want to do this live video just for the hell of it one time. But I will do lives more often. Maybe on Sundays. I work a lot. I try to take Sundays off. Sometimes I work Sunday as well. But I will try to start doing lives at least once a week because I do think it's a lot better to interact with you guys this way. A lot more fun, a lot easier. But it's just hard for me to find time because, like I said, I'm working full time. It's like a roofing contractor, and when I'm not on the job site working, as you can see, I'm getting like phone calls. I need to meet somebody here in a little bit, and also I need to like measure people's roofs, give them estimates, answer people's questions, and email estimates, and deal with my accountant and deal. So you guys know how it is. As much as I think YouTube is a lot of fun, it's very hard when you actually do have like a full-time and beyond job. So yeah, I'll do my best. But love you guys. I will be back again. Drop another live video soon. I'm going to try to do it at least once a week because it is a lot of fun. Probably on a Sunday, but we'll see how the things play out. Until next time, guys, God bless. Be well. Get out there and enjoy your Friday. I'm out.